I started out pretty good this morning. Not too bad. I actually woke up on time, but forgot to give Eileen the address here. So just got started just a little late. Nothing too crazy. And so before we get due, I gotta give a shout out to our co-host here, Mr. Steven. What's up, Steven?
What's up, man? Thank you for bringing me in.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
What does your shirt say? Straight out of what?
Straight out of money.
Straight out of money.
Yes.
So is that a Father's Day shirt?
It is.
Oh, yeah,
it's,
definitely.
Dad of girls.
Ah, there you go, man. So that's a lot of money that comes out of that.
Yeah, bro. It's ridiculous. Like, nothing against, ladies needing shoes or their hair did. But yeah, they cost, bro. It's they used to say it's cheaper to keep her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they lied.
So I'm curious. Like, is it more expensive to have a daughter or a wife, or you know what I mean? That's a big one, right?
You know what, bro? I'm gonna probably plead the fifth on that one.
He's like, I'm not gonna answer that one at all, man. No. Hey, man. Well, I'm glad to have you, and after this week, and hopefully they spoiled you for Father's Day, bro.
Yes, I actually told my wife, I was like, hey, it's Father's Day. Like, you're gonna be nice to me like all day.
Yeah.
It lasted about through the evening. Then she got tired of my shit, and she was just like, yeah.
Well, happy belated Father's Day.
Thank you.
There
I
you
appreciate
go.
it.
Well, without further ado, guys, you're already here, Miss Eileen. Eileen's I've met her a couple years ago. And
It's been a while.
Has it been a while?
Give me more than that. It's been more than a couple of years.
Okay, a good couple years.
Like a decade? I feel like I met you, at least 10 years
Has
ago.
it? Really? Okay,
yeah, you're one
dang.
of the, yeah. Mm-hmm.
My years fly by. So, but either way, there's never a dull moment. It's always awesome. She's what did I say last time? Ball joy. Last time I had you and Rebecca on.
Ball joy.
And always a great time, man. But she's a pillar in our community as well. She does great things. She's always willing to give her time. She does great. I always see her out about having fun, man. And I wish I had as much energy as you. All right, Eileen. But
I think you do. You just don't realize it.
Right?
I think you do, for sure, yeah.
But, man, we have a lot to talk about. If y'all don't know Eileen, you're going to learn about her today. And she's awesome. So let's talk about it. Eileen, what is up? What's going on? How was your Father's Day, by the way?
Oh, thank you so much. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show today.
Absolutely.
I actually, last week, I went to Kansas to spend time with my dad. So my dad's a retired veteran. He retired in Junction City, Kansas.
Okay.
So I went there for the week, and we hung out. It was a good time. And, we were relating on the whole daddy's girl type scenario. So after I came home, my dad's like, so I ain't got no more money. So how do you deny this space, right? So I appreciate the dads out there for sure. So happy belated Father's Day to all the daddies that we got out there. I appreciate y'all very much.
Heck yeah. Yeah, no, it was awesome. I got to see my father, hung out with him for a little bit. Find out he barbecued for us. I'm like, dude, it's supposed to be the other way around. But my dad's old school Mexican, so he likes to just, do things for us all the time.
That's nice.
Right?
That's his love language.
Yeah, that is. Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely is my love language.
And how was the food? Was it good?
Always. It's always great. You know what I mean?
No invite?
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Tight
No plate?
invite.
I was letting you...
right?
Is there leftovers?
Can you bring
Or is the refrigerator?
It's in the refrigerator, actually.
You got 3
leftovers.
plates though, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely. And shout out to my buddy Boomer, man. Boomer, he has Busso's Barbecue, and he hit me up, and he's like, hey, I made this, we made a brisket. You want to come pick some up? And I'm like, heck yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, this thing, like, I couldn't wait to get home. Like, I reached over and opened up the foil, and I'm there in this Slitterbomb, the
Outfit?
traffic.
Okay,
Slitterbomb traffic. Because when you go through town at a certain hour, and it was raining yesterday, so everybody's leaving Slitterbomb. I'm like, this is taking forever. I had to go over there and I grabbed some brisket, and I grabbed a piece, and it was so good that it just fell apart. It was really good. That's when you know it's good, right? Mm-hmm. So it was really awesome. So shout out to Boomer, man, and Busso's Barbecue. He's starting a catering company. But anyway, it was great food, and have plenty for later. So
I love that. And it's interesting, right? Like living here, and then in the summertime, you forget about this Slitterbond traffic.
Oh my goodness!
So earlier today, so on Mondays, I volunteer at St. Peter and Paul at the thrift store, and they're also going up for Best in New Braunfels as well. And I was like, okay, I'm on my way. Well, one, I thought we were in another location. Then I get the address later, but it's fine. Near here, there. And so I'm like, I have 10 minutes. It was a good, like, almost 20 minutes. And I was like, what? But then I forgot about the summer traffic. It's a Monday.
Yeah.
Nobody's at work, you know?
Right.
But no, people are at the river. And, you know, God is good. We had some rain. And so the river is flowing. And so I'm very excited to see that we have water in the river, the growth of the city and the town and, you know, people coming in. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's good. We need it. I went to Atlanta Park a couple weeks ago, and to see how dry it is out there, man, it's scary. So
Yeah, it's bad.
yeah. I'm like, man, where did all our water go? And it's what makes our town beautiful as
Correct.
well, right? I'm just like, geez. But I'm glad we got
now.
it. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely.
God is good.
Yeah, a little brown, but we'll take it, right?
Right?
Hey, if it's
Wait a
brown, I'm
couple
down.
days.
If it's brown, I'm down. So
I know. I was like, I'm not getting in the river just yet. I need it to all kind of clear out, flow out a little
For
bit.
real.
Heck yeah. So yeah, but we'll hopefully we get more of that rain and it'd be great. So, well, Eileen, let's talk about your business. And I hear that you're top 3 again. Look at you.
Yes, sir.
You won last year, correct?
Yes, sir. So the last 10 years that I've been here in New Braunfels, I've been voted best in New Braunfels for a hairstylist and the hair salon category. This year, I placed a top 3 for the hairstylist category.
Oh, so
Nice.
congrats.
Yeah, thank you. So I appreciate y'all's vote. Vote for me, Eileen Perez, in the hairstylist category for best in New Braunfels.
So what is the name of your business as well?
It's Hair by Eileen.
Hair by Eileen.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And my salon, I have a mini salon suite at the Salons by JC in Creekside. And so I've been there about 10 years, and it's growing. I educate. I have a nice, small, intimate, luxury setting for my clients. It's nice one-on-one, and then I also educate. So a little bit about me. I've been in the industry for 20 years. I've been in education for the last 15, so I got my cosmetology license, my instructor's license. I taught beauty college, and I've developed 3 cosmetology programs at 3 different high schools.
Damn.
I know.
There you go.
And so I taught high school for 3 years, and it was a really great experience. So now I just educate behind the chair. I also educated for beauty brands throughout the United States. So I love to travel, you know that
Yeah.
too. So I travel a lot. It's kind of in my blood growing up military as well. So
Right.
when you're born with a passport, you're like, let's go. So if you want to go on a trip. So I just love giving back. So I love to volunteer. I'm in the service industry, so I love to help people look good and feel good. So that's my motto. When you look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
And then I also love to educate. So if you're a hairdresser or you're in the beauty industry and you're just looking for some continued education, whether it's behind the chair or in your business, please let me know because I love to give back in that way as well.
Awesome. So what
Nice.
kind of got you into wanting to do hair, though?
It's a funny story because I grew up a tomboy. So having a dad in the military and moving around all the time, I definitely grew up a tomboy. So it's funny how I kind of ended up being in the beauty industry. I was really good at doing hair. So growing
Okay.
up Hispanic, my hair was long down to my butt, right? It was like you couldn't really cut your hair. It was
Right.
just it's like kind of the culture, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, your girls,
Are
right?
you
They
in-
have
They
long
have
hair.
long hair.
Are you Indian
Yes.
as well?
Yeah, so Native
Okay.
American, Spanish, Mexican American. So yeah, and you see my hair, it's pretty, right?
Yeah.
And so I get my hair from my dad. My dad has law, and he retired from the military. So when he retired, he grew his hair out too. So
Nice.
so I just grew up with long hair. And, growing up, the struggle was real too, like financially. So maybe I didn't get haircuts regularly, or that just wasn't a thing, right? Or prom and homecoming and military ball, because I was in JRTC as well in high school. It was just easier for me to do my own hair, right? Than
Right.
like paying somebody else to do it. So I get it, ladies, but still come see me. And so I would do my hair myself, so I ended up being really good at braids and updos and styling. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was in JRTC all 4 years, and then I was in art all 4 years, and then I would do my own hair for my friends and things like that in high school.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually going to join the military. Did
I was
ever
about to
tell you
say,
this story?
no, you have. So that was where I was going to go next. I was like, wait a second. Saying all this stuff.
Yeah,
was
you're
there a
like-
chance?
Yeah.
Was there a chance?
So actually, fun fact. So my friend and I were going to do the buddy system. So we were in JRTC in high school all 4 years, and we're like, and our parents, because they were in the Army, they're like, go Air Force. You're a female?
Yes.
No offense to the Army. And the Army's birthday was the other day, so represent, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for your service, everyone that served, for sure. But the Air Force, according to my dad, treats you better. So they're like,
Absolutely.
if anything, go Air Force. Cool. So my friend and I were going to graduate a year early, do the buddy system, and go Air Force. Well, then last minute, she's like, I talked to an Army recruiter, and they're going to give me a higher bonus, so I'm going to join the Army instead.
Dang.
I know.
How did you feel about that?
You on your own. But I had so many credits that I was going to graduate early and not have to go to my senior year. So, because she tells me like right before our senior year, the summertime, while we're like going to summer school and stuff like that. So I had enough credits to graduate, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I went back to school, but I had all my credits. So I just took electives my senior year. Legit,
Nice.
all electives. It was fun. Well, I figured it out, right? And, the JRTC instructor was like, I could get you into a college and do an RTC program. I don't know if that was what I wanted to do. And at the time, I was living in Kansas, and I wanted to come back to San Antonio. So we lived in San Antonio prior to Kansas, moved around a lot just being military, and I wanted to come back to Texas. So I was like, well, I'll just, I'll move back to Texas and then I'll figure it out. So I took a semester off, worked at HEB.
There you go.
Shout out.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like everybody that's from here kind of like, were you a bagger at HEB for $5.12? With 99-cent gas.
$5.65, right?
I think something like that.
5 cents.
We're about the
Was
same
5
age.
cents? Yeah, something
Back
like
in the day, that was minimum wage, and then I remember it was 99 cents to fill up your gas tank. You thought
Yes.
it was cool. You had no
Yeah,
money to
right.
put gas in your tank and go to the movies.
Hey, $1 would take you like everywhere. Then $2? Shit, I'm cruising Mandan
Yeah.
Park and everything.
That's right.
And so then I just, drove around trying to figure out, do I go to like Austin? I mean, not Austin, what is it? The community college in San Antonio, right? Or beauty college, because I was good at doing hair. It was like the art side of what I did growing up in high school. And I thought about applying for an art scholarship for art school. But that's hard. Like being in the art industry is hard too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we kind of all are artists, right? So I just toured a beauty college in San Antonio. It was Men's Classic Beauty College. It was the only one that did not make me get a student loan. So my thing is, so like growing up and like seeing people struggle, like getting their car repossessed or getting student loans or like high credit card debt, I was like, I just want to pay cash if I can. I don't want to get a student loan if I don't have to.
Right.
So I toured all kinds of beauty colleges in San Antonio because that's where I was at the time. And there was one school in town, it was a small mom and pop, Men's Classic Beauty College. And they said, no, you could sign up, get yourself a job, just pay monthly. And then as long as you're paid in full by the time you graduate, we'll submit your hours. I was like, cool.
Nice.
And I liked them because they were family owned. Mm-hmm. They understood that I just wanted to like work and pay off my school rather than getting a loan. So I went to beauty school and I just worked 3 jobs and paid off my school. And then I went back and got my instructor's license and paid off my school. And then I got my teaching certification and paid off my school. So I've never got a student loan. I've always worked multiple jobs. And I have no debt, no bad debt.
Yeah.
And I got a good credit score. So if you're looking for a mentor, I can show you the ways.
That's right.
For real.
Financial advisor.
You know what I'm saying? Jack of all trades.
Dang.
What is it? It's a bundle of joy, or what did you say?
Yeah, it's a bundle of joy.
Bundle
You're a
of
bundle
joy.
of joy. Hey, that'd be hard. I mean, I guess at some point you've made a lot of strong decisions for yourself, so that makes a lot of sense why you're kind of maybe single as well, right?
Single and independent. No kids, no pets, no plans.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, we had a big podcast last time on that. No, what was it again?
No kids, no pets, no plans.
No kids, no pets, no plans. Yeah,
So, yeah.
I'm still living that life too. So.
I hear you. So that's how so in a way I kind of fell into the industry. And it's been a blessing for me. I ended up being really good at hair, the art industry, color, all the things. And I loved it so much that I went back to school to get my instructor's license, to give back and to teach. And then I got recruited to develop the programs at the high school. So I developed 2 programs in Kyle for Heisei ISD and then 1 in San Antonio for Judson ISD. And then traveled and worked for hair brands. And I'm super blessed. It's very interesting.
What was so interesting about working with high school kids?
Ooh, where should I start?
Because if you really think about this, how long ago was this? Because it was recent, right? You still had been working with them?
So I got recruited to develop the cosmetology program at the high school in Kyle for Heisei ISD in 2014.
Okay, so that was about 11 years ago. So, yeah, so that's...
And I taught beauty college prior to that. So like beauty college, you're from 18 and up, right? And then high school, it's 9th through 12th grade. So I had no idea. Like they recruited me. I didn't even apply. So I got recruited. I get a phone call saying, "Hi, this is so and so from Heisei ISD. We'd like to interview you to develop a cosmetology program at the high school level." Cool. And I said, "Well, what would that look like? I don't have a teaching certification, right? So
Right.
usually when you teach high school, you have to get a bachelor's degree, go for 4 years. Oh, no problem. You're an instructor for cosmetology, so we would hire you under highly most qualified. You would do a year probationary, and then you would go back to school to get your alternative certification in trade and industry for 8th through 12th grade.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, so loophole, y'all.
Yeah.
I'll show you my ways, too, in case you want to teach high school for the low. And so I was like, okay, I'll go, right? And there was a hair show in Austin. I was on my way from San Antonio to Austin anyways. Kyle was on the way. I said, I'm going to stop. If you don't mind, I can stop on Monday, and I'll come through and I'll interview. So I interviewed. They loved me. Later on, they called me and said, now you have to apply, because I didn't actually apply.
Oh, shit.
So then I applied, negotiated my salary, and then they hired me as a consultant for the summertime to develop the program, and then talked me into teaching. And so originally I'm like, ooh, it looks good on paper, right? Like benefits, salary, weekends off, holidays off, summers off. Check. Cool. Yeah. Something you don't get when you're self-employed. Being a self-employed hairdresser, you don't get like a for sure paycheck. You don't get benefits. You can provide yourself with your own benefits, but it's different, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, cool, sign me up. Blood, sweat, and tears. I cried a lot. I didn't let them see me cry. I mean, vulnerable moment, right? But it's a lot of work teaching and working with kids, because they're kids, 9th through 12th grade, and you're with them more than their parents are with them, and And I didn't even think of that. And I grew up military. I didn't realize I grew up a little sheltered, going to private school. I didn't go to private school. My parents never paid for me to go to school, but I went to school on base with other kids.
Yeah.
That their parents are in the military. So when
so
I
you
went
just
to
know
school,
that culture.
Correct. I just knew that culture, and we had a strict dress code. I remember getting in trouble, maybe middle school, and the principal called my dad's commander.
Ooh.
That's how you got in trouble back in the day. Your parents in the military. No. So if you went to school on base and you acted out or got in trouble, and it was more of like, I talk a lot. So that's probably what happened. I got in trouble for probably talking. No way. Talks a lot in class. That's what was on my progress report. Yes. And so the principal called my dad's commander, and then he got in trouble at work. So then I get in trouble when I get home. I wish that was a thing now. Can you imagine if principals called their parents boss?
Oh man, that's actually 10 times worse.
Yeah. I never got in trouble after that a day in my life ever again. Straight and narrow. I don't know what my point was.
I would be embarrassed by that. Oh, we were talking about how you were working with high school kids.
Yes. Yeah. No, I was totally embarrassed. So then I never acted out. So that was how I grew up, and I thought that's how I thought school was. And then I taught public school off of a base.
Totally different.
I'm sorry, y'all were raised by wolves. I have no. Thank you for the birth control. I was already like, no kids, no pets, no plans, and then after that, I was like, oh yeah, no.
I think that's what like makes it easier for me to be okay not to have any kids right now either, is because I work with them a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like I get all the fulfillment of all that except for taking them home. We're
correct. No, and they are blessings. Kids are blessings, 100%. And a lot of them are great kids, and a lot of them, need some extra attention and some discipline and structure. And you're right. I got my little fix, and then I could go home, and I don't take them with me. So it was a learning curve for sure. It was very challenging. I don't regret it. It looks great on my resume. Yeah. And I would do it again. They say those that don't teach. I did it for 3 years, and maybe as I get older and I want to retire in my industry, maybe I'll go back to it. Yeah, it's a way of giving back for sure.
Do you see any of your students that you helped back then, like how they're succeeding now in the industry?
And I love it. The other day, actually, a few of my clients have reached out, like, "Hey, Miss Perez, I follow you on social media. I'd love to get my hair done by you." And so they'll come in and they support me. I love that. The other day, it was like probably spring break. Okay, what is the bar in Cibolo? Is it the Old Main?
Yes, Old Main.
The Old Main. I was there, and the bartender was like, she looks at me, and then I look at her, and then she's like, "Miss Perez?"
She recognized it.
And she was one of my students, and she bartends. She's a realtor. She also does hair. And I was like, boom, boom, boom. Damn, good for you, girlfriend. Yeah. And she's like, "Me and so remember you telling us this, this, and this." And I want to say 1 year, I think that was the I also taught career prep. So in high school, I taught cosmetology, but you had to have a full schedule. So I taught career prep. So I taught the kids Dave Ramsey. I taught them like how to open a checking account, how to sign your name in cursive, how to tell time on an analog clock, like little life skills.
Damn.
And she remembered all of that. She's like, me and so were having a conversation the other day of how Ms. Perez said to do this, this, and this. She's like, so I'm not in any debt. I have a job. I have another job, and I do this. And I was like,
nice.
You made my heart. I was like, that is...
I needed you when I was in school. Shit.
And you don't think that you are doing like any service in a way. Like say I had 150 kids. Out of the 150 kids, I'm like, well, who am I actually like helping, right? Because sometimes they're more of a distraction than you think,
Right.
And you're just like, maybe this like 80-20 rule, right, in life. So 20% probably got it, and the 80% are like, so
and some may have
nice.
gotten it that you may not even know. They were just back
I was
there,
about to say the same thing.
soaking it in. So, like, I'm a business coach, and I was on a podcast the other day, and people have been hitting me up. They're like, dude, I've been watching you for so long. And I'm just like, well, why haven't y'all reached out?
Yeah, and you don't know what you don't know. And there's people that I see in HEB that maybe I went to the gym, like at Gold's Gym 10 years ago, because I used to be actively to go in there. They're like, I really enjoy following you on social media. You're so positive. I love all the inspiration that you post, And I'm like, oh, so you don't know who is watching you on the platform, on the social media, things like that. So it is nice when you know that you've actually triggered somebody and it's positive, and then you receive positive feedback too. So I love, so every once in a while I'll see somebody and then they tell me, like, oh, you helped me, 20 years ago, and I'm like, that is so cool. I'm saying my age. I'm not that old. I just turned 21.
Yeah, I think what's really freaked me out recently is like you find out in phases and years of like, it takes like 5, 3. Now I'm like to a point where like I'm seeing 8 years of part of my coaching, and the kids that were like super quiet, they were there, like they were doing all the work, they were putting in work, but on the side they just happened to be a little quiet. Those are the guys that end up really succeeding in life because they would just shut up and work, or they would just
they're paying attention.
Yeah, they're definitely paying attention to where the loudmouth guy, or that's always constantly talking, they end up being a certain way too. But I'm learning now more kids that were quiet are more successful now today than being that
I agree. I think the ones that I've seen lately are the quiet ones, and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy for you.
I didn't expect that out of you.
I know, and I love it so much. So yeah, if you're following, if you're watching, and I've taught you or I've mentored you, thank you so much, because this is why I do what I do too, to give back.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I want to go into what this next possible chapter of your life could be, since you're. I love it. First of all, I was going to say all over the place. You are all over the place, but I don't want to make it sound like it's a bad thing, though, right?
No, it's good.
So, but Hot Worx. You hit me up, and I felt super bad, by the way, that I couldn't help you with that video that day. I got super sick, but anyway, I hear you did really well. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
So explain to us what this Hot Worx instructing thing is
so
going on.
I'm very active in the gym community as well, and I became a member of Hot Worx about 2 years ago. So Hot Worx is a fitness studio, boutique gym that we have in town. It's a franchise, originated in Mississippi, I believe, and it just kind of blew up. And the way it works is you're working out in an infrared heated sauna.
Oh, wow.
And they have isometric workouts, so like yoga, Pilates, bar, core. And then there's HIIT workouts. There is cycle, the elliptical machine, and rowing, right?
The rowing, yep.
And then there's a free weight area too. But you're burning twice as many calories in less amount of time. And then the infrared heat helps with your muscle recovery, your circulation, your digestive system. There's a lot of benefits. Your skin. I struggle with acne, and I don't break out as much going. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I do hair for a living, and my body hurts all the time because I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? And so by me working out there, my body feels better. I'm releasing all those toxins. My skin looks clearer. And so I'm like, okay, right? So I'm obsessed with this gym. And they have this ambassadorship program where if you refer 10 of your friends, you get a free membership.
Oh, shit.
Check. So I've done that twice.
Nice.
So I am the Hot Worx ambassador. So if you want a free workout, join me at Hot Worx. There's one on Creekside and 46. Okay. And so then I found out there's this whole concept around the name Eileen. So every business has a target client, right? Their target client's name is Eileen.
That's so cool.
Poster child.
You're like, this was perfect.
This is perfect. How do I get a job, right? So they have virtual instructors. So when you go in the sauna, there's 3 people per sauna, and there's this virtual instructor workouts that are on cue, 45 minutes and 15 minutes. And so I'm like, I want to be that person on the screen, right? Like, how do I do that? So every year they do this competition, and it's called the Hot Worx Virtual Instructor Competition. You apply, and then there's different rounds, right? So I applied. First, let me rewind. So prior to me applying, well, last year they're like, you should apply. I didn't have time. Then Steve, who created Hot Worx, came to Laredo for an anniversary party, and I drove to Laredo to meet him. I'm like, please tell me the backstory of Eileen. Because I go in there to meet him, like, hey, I'm Eileen. He's like, you're the whole reason why we exist. I'm like, tell me the story. This is amazing. Give me a job. If it's not for a virtual instructor, give me a job in marketing. So Steve, if you're watching, like, give me a job in marketing somewhere, like, hello. Anyway, and so.
We're going to reach out to Steve.
Right? Hey. So I meet him. He tells me the story. He liked the name. He liked the song, Come On Eileen. And he based his whole gym around the girl named Eileen. And I'm like, that is cool. I'm like, have you met anyone named Eileen? Do you have a member named? He's like, no, you're the first one I've ever.
No way.
Yeah, wait. I was all. So I was like, okay, I'm going to apply for this virtual instructor's position. Put me on the top of the list. And they also have this. I guess kind of like another competition within Hot Worx where franchisees owners can nominate a member to go to the Eileen Show. So get this, if I make it to the last round, the convention is called the Eileen Show. There's there's something at the convention called the Eileen Show. I need to be part of my own show.
Is it
For
spelled?
real, you need to get a shirt that says "I am Eileen" when you get there.
Yeah, Hot Worx Eileen.
That would be a good one.
I know.
Yes.
And so I'm just hyped up on the whole concept around my name. And Eileen is not a very common name.
It isn't. I was about to say it. It really isn't a common name.
And so I'm just like, let me get there. So I'm doing whatever I can to get there. So I made top 40. So I applied in March for the virtual instructor's position. You have to be certified in some type of fitness. And I am. I'm certified in yoga. So if anybody needs a yoga class, let me know.
Okay.
Hey, I try. And I do. I like to stay busy.
Nice.
And so I applied, made top 40. The next round is top 15. So there's an online voting to make top 15. And so we'll definitely post that link somewhere so y'all can support me as well. And so once I make it to the next round, then that gets me to the convention, which I hear is super hardcore, fitness related. Like I need to do a plank 5 to 10 minutes. So if you want to work on planks, let me know.
Oh, plank.
Yeah.
I could do a good plank.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
We're going to have to plank before we leave.
We should like film us. And so, and if I make it, then it's I'm just trying to get to the Eileen Show. So support me there.
So explain again. There's going to be a link we share.
Correct.
And then that's where you can go and vote.
Yeah. So there is a voting link to help me get to the next round. And the way it works, it's $1 a vote, but it's a fundraiser that helps support veterans and first responders heal. So it goes to a foundation called the Sacred Mountain Retreat Center. Sorry, I'm going to mess this up. I apologize. But it's a retreat center that helps veterans and first responders and their families heal. So it's going towards a great organization, but it is ultimately a fundraiser. So whoever's fundraises the most amount of money for sure makes it to the next round. And then the rest of the 14 are based off of judges. So Hot Worx wants to see that I'm a team player, I'm out in my community, that I'm encouraging people to support the cause and me and Eileen so I can make it to the next round, And so I do love that Hot Worx does support our veterans and our first responders because my dad is a veteran. We love our veterans. We love our first responders. So shout out to them and everything that they do. So I do love that it aligns with my values and beliefs as well. So I'm like, why not? Let's work out. When you look good, you feel good. Like, that's part of my motto. As a hairdresser, I love to help people look good and feel good. And so wellness is a huge part of my industry. So let's look good in regards to, like, physique, too. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And then, like, let's support a good cause.
This fits everything for you. Like, just mold it out for you, dude. Like, again, the whole instructor making people feel good. You have so much energy. You love Hot Worx, and then Eileen. Are you kidding me?
I was like, what? I know. My friend was like, of course you would have your own show. So I'm like, just get me there. So that's the goal. The goal is to get there, and then hopefully they give me a job.
So do you know like where you stand on any of this, or like do they show you like? Hey,
yes. So when we post the link, and then I'll show you in a little bit too, you'll be able to see. So it'll show like the voting link. You'll be able to click it. You'll see all the top 40 people that are competing and how much money everyone has raised. And so whoever raises the most amount then is the people's choice that can make it to the next round. And then the other 14 are voted based on the judges. But the way, from my understanding, the more you post and tag and stuff like that, then Hot Worx, the owner, the creator, they see all that and they're like, oh, look, she's a go-getter, right?
They want to see how much you're marketing yourself as well.
Yeah, and personality and things like that. So I hope I get it just based on my fun personality. And my name. I'm like, Eileen.
Right, and your name. That's like freaking perfect. Look, I did this. I looked up on Google. I said, give me the famous Eileens. And the very first one is Eileen Collins. You know who that is? She's a retired NASA astronaut and
awesome.
Air Force
Colonel
as well. Wow. So
Flight
that's
instructor.
cool.
Damn.
Let's see, Eileen Davidson. Who's this? Let's see. Eileen Davidson is an American actress, author, television personality, and former model. I wish it would show like pictures here. Let's do one more. Eileen Atkins. Does this say Dame?
Diane?
No.
Oh, it does say that.
Dame Eileen. English actress. She has worked in the theater, film, television constantly since 1953.
Nice.
So there's a couple of cool, and like you said, it's very unique to, a very uncommon name, I would think as well, right? So.
Oh, look, there is some photos there. Yeah. No, that's cool.
So now we need your photo up here.
That's right. Hot Worx Eileen.
Hot Worx
Hair by Eileen. The Eileen Show.
Yeah,
the
that's
Pro
pretty
by
cool.
Eileen. Yes.
I looked up famous Justins, and there's too many. There's Justin Timberlake.
Oh, see, Justin is a way more common name.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, every time I Google mine, it's always a dude from Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah. No, that's so funny. Yeah, I get Justin Timberlake a lot and Bieber whenever you Google Justin. So I kind of don't like it. I told my mom, you gave me I wanted to have a Hispanic name. Like, what would have been a good Hispanic name?
Juanito.
Yeah, it would be a good one for him.
Right. Juanito?
Yeah.
I look like a Juanito, Steve. Steven. No, I don't think I would have liked that one either. Yeah.
Juanito.
Right? Junior.
No, that would have been pretty funny. But yeah, no, that's pretty awesome, Eileen. I think this fits you, like I said, perfectly for you to bring that energy and be part of the Hot Worx team. That's pretty awesome, man. And like I said, just a ball of joy always constantly going. So who wouldn't want Eileen as an instructor as you're in there getting that workout over there? So that'd be pretty awesome. What other things do you find that's going to come out of Hot Worx? Like, do y'all get to travel? Like, where do they do the instruction videos at too?
Right. So the way it works, from my understanding, is the convention is in Aurora, Colorado, and that's a week in August. And then they do training sometime in the fall for a week and a half or so.
That's cool.
At a Gaylord type resort, and that's where they do all the training videos, marketing material, photo shoot, things like that. And then everything's already done. So then you're in a rotation of all the videos on at the gym.
Oh, so it's all pre-recorded.
It's already pre-recorded, correct. And then you get, if a Hot Worx requests you as like a pop-up, like for an anniversary party or an event of some sort, then you get paid to do that as well.
That is so cool.
Nice.
So it's super part-time. So it will not interfere with my hair business.
Nice.
So just so y'all know, watching, I still got your back. I am accepting new clients. I'm welcoming new clients this summer. Come see me at the hair salon for sure. It will not interfere with my business behind the chair. It's just something part-time that's contracted out that will be fun and different to do, that only requires like 2 weeks out of the year of my time.
That is so cool. That is so awesome.
You got me interested earlier when you said you can be a mentor. Like, do you do that now? Like, do you help? What's the process with that?
So really just reach out to me, text, email. It's all on my website too. So hairbyeileen.com is my website for booking appointment, for mentoring, coaching, opportunities, things like that. So I do help in regards to the beauty industry, helping people with coaching, business, behind the chair, and then mentoring in general. And I love to help. And I kind of had a separate website for that, and then I realized people weren't doing that. It's more like social media now. You kind of have to figure out what works for people.
Sure. Yeah.
Or it ended up being students that I've already helped in the past, and they just text me. So whatever's the easiest way for you, slide into my DMs.
There you go. Heck yeah.
For business.
Yes.
Because remember, what was the saying again?
No kids, no pets, no plants.
There you go.
Correct. Business, hair, that's it. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Do you get a lot of shit or what? Like, I mean, from on your social media, like from anybody, like from the men at all? Like,
no, I would say people are very professional. I had one guy that kind of stalked me. It was a little weird. I know. But aside from that, everything's been fine.
That's scary.
Yeah. And so I'm cool being my social community local influencer.
Right.
I don't need to make it big time because I would imagine that comes with more trolls and stalkers and stuff like that too. So
it sucks.
But I mean, you've known me for a while.
I was about to say
I have a strong personality. I don't think
that.
anybody is gonna.
That's where I was gonna go with it. I was like, this girl's a firecracker. You might want to be careful.
FAFO, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
So, and I love my community. All my friends have also become family as well, and so they have my back and vice versa. And so I definitely don't think, and I feel like I'm such a nice person. Like, one, nobody's going to do anything wrong, and then two, it's like, oh, what? And then somebody would have my back, so it's fine.
Yeah. No, she's definitely a firecracker. So. Go ahead, Steven. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steven.
I love the tagline behind the chair. Like, that could be its own podcast or a blog, or if you ever thought anything about that?
I have. Well, all kinds of stuff, right? Because I have funny dating stories. I have funny behind the chair stories, like all the things. But my friend and I were talking about like doing what is it? Chismosa Social Club.
There you go.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
That might have to be our next podcast.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely behind the chair. I could probably write a book.
Yeah.
It is fun. And I love what I do. I love establishing relationships with my clients. They end up becoming friends. And, it's just nice to really establish these long-term relationships with people that you see every 4 to 6 weeks.
Yep.
They're my life, and I love it.
Steven, I'm going to tell you this, bro. We did a podcast, me, Eileen, and Rebecca Price. Shout out to Rebecca.
Shout out.
I love Rebecca, man. She's so sweethearted. And when I was sitting with these two men, it was just so much fun because, like she said, they got so many stories, but also the energy that comes behind them. It's so great. I wish these two would have their own podcast.
I keep telling her. We're just so busy, but we need to lock it down. Maybe we need to talk about that to figure out just how to really just do it. And that's what we have to do. We just got to do it.
We could definitely help with that.
Well, there we go.
See, and also, like, I don't say that, like, we are the podcasters of New Braunfels or anything like that. Or the
We're pretty badass.
But yeah, we are pretty badass, right? But I mean that in a way of, like, there's no women doing any empowerment here for other women on social media. Because, I mean, at least in this area, like, Bean and Cheeseman, I love those girls in San Antonio. They do great. They're freaking hilarious. I saw one of the girls at a comedy show last Thursday, and I love them. But they come with that comedy part of it, and that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's what needs to be shown here, but there's not too many women putting themselves out there like that, and I think they need that. Like,
for sure. They keep it real, right?
Exactly,
and
that's
not
what I
afraid
mean.
to keep it real, too, at the same time.
I would tune in just for the funny dating stories.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with today's world.
Yeah, I mean, I got a few. I don't know how much time we have. I'm saying.
I mean, I know we're talking about business, but if you don't mind, I mean, it'd be pretty funny. But like, I mean, it's crazy out there, right?
Yeah,
like, it's crazy out there.
You can't make it up. Like, it's like the stuff. I'm like, what? It's just very interesting. Like, real quick, the shortest, funniest one that I have that popped up in my head. This guy I matched with on Facebook Dating, because yes, I'm on Facebook Dating. I'm taking a break.
I met my wife there.
See, I have hope.
I have hope.
I mean, it's a small percent. I got lucky as hell. How she still deals with me, I don't know. But there is a small percent.
There's a blessing. I'm going to have to meet her. This guy matched with me. He seemed to look good on paper, right? And then asked me for dinner. He lived in Austin. He was going to come out here to New Braunfels, and we were going to meet up for dinner. And he's like, what time would you like to meet? And it was going to be on a Sunday. And I'd rather meet somebody, especially meeting them for the first time during the day. Not at night, maybe coffee or lunch. Don't be asking me after 7 o'clock. Absolutely no. It gets dark, and then you want to drink alcohol, and then you want to act dumb. Absolutely not. I got standards.
I've been there.
See? No. That's where is my
Eileen, we haven't dated, right?
After the Falcon Eileen comes out, I have this nickname. They say my friends call me Falcon Eileen because I'm like, like so strict when it comes to dating. Yeah, because I guess I have standards. I'm not trying to get kidnapped or drugged or something. People are crazy. But anyways, this guy, I wanted to meet earlier, and he's like, no, I can't meet till after 7. And I said, oh, okay. I thought you were off today. He's like, no, I have to Uber, so I have the money to pay for our dinner.
Oh. Or not. Like, I mean, damn, bro. I was like,
oh. So, and then I found out he lived with his sister. He, what's it called when you don't pay your lease? Like, you have an apartment. He got evicted and he wasn't paying his lease. So he's like,
so he's,
what's it called when you like, I don't know, because I've never done it before.
Wait, he like
squatter.
He's squatter.
He left out on his lease. Like he still had a lease.
Oh, he just broke his lease.
He broke his lease but didn't pay.
Right.
And then moved into his sister's house.
So he abandoned the lease.
Correct. He abandoned the lease.
So now it's on his credit.
Correct.
Holler at me. I do credit repairs.
You know what I'm saying? I hope I blocked him on Facebook. I don't even know if we were friends or not. But it was just like, it's drama. And then he owed all these people money. And then he was Ubering. And then didn't have enough money to take me out to dinner.
Bro, you don't need to be dating.
Thank you. I was like, sounds like you should save that money to pay your sister back or to get you out your lease or what.
I wouldn't even trust him with the plant.
And he was like over 40 and he didn't have any kids. I'm glad he didn't have any kids because that would have been awful. But it was just one of those like, wait, what? You have to what during the day? And then I don't know how Uber works. If anyone's ever Ubered that are on the thing, if you Ubered, you get that money like instantly.
No, you don't.
So
so you have to work. You work a certain amount of time, and then you have like a pay period.
Yeah.
And then after that pay period, you basically get paid.
Right. So that's what that was. I was like, so you're not getting it instantly. So what do you mean you have to Uber during the day to make money for dinner later, bro? It sounds like
maybe
priorities.
He had like cash, but he was just like, hey, I'm gonna use this. So if I Uber. Like
he
whatever
has money
this
coming in later.
Yeah, whatever this was supposed to be. Obviously not rent money.
It is the struggle. I was like, nah, and then I feel bad because now I'm like, if I went out with him, I would feel like I would need to pay, but I'm not. No.
Now that teacher comes out, you're like trying to teach him how to live his life.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
No, that's what happens a lot of times. I'm like, I need to send y'all an invoice. I'm like,
for real. I used to always joke when I was single. I was just like, man, at the end of the year, I'm going to start sending 1099s.
Yes, 100%. It's like, oh, so I do feel like that. I feel like a lot of the days I've gone on are more coaching sessions because it's like, it's just who you are. Like as a mentor, as an educator, as a coach, as an instructor, you're just like, oh.
You're always in that mode.
Mm-hmm.
Being a coach, also, like in any aspect, you always find yourself trying to help the person out all the time, right? Instead of like realizing you're probably in a shithole with this person or some type. You're like, how can I help you? Okay.
Right. And then it's like, how do I do it without like overstepping? Right. And then are you receiving corrective criticism? Okay, too, right? Like no hard feelings. You guys, if you know me around town, I'm very forward. I have a strong personality, but it's all out of love. I love everybody, and my goal is to help those. So if I come off too strong, it's because I care about you.
Good way to put it. So hold on. Before we leave this part of this, you said it was good on paper. I would need to see this paper, like with this guy, like.
Well, like quotations good on paper, right? Like he was like, "Oh, I have a job. I have a house."
Okay.
Like
he was checking off some of the boxes.
Checking off like boxes.
Like
there's questions that I'll ask, like values, beliefs, stuff like that. You know,
right.
Do you believe in God? Who did you vote for?
Yeah.
What's your credit score?
Damn.
I mean. The first two for sure. I don't really ask your credit score right away. But.
That's a good one.
So he, like there's a few questions that I ask people to be like, oh, okay, cool, like you're a good candidate, but then like a liar, right?
Right.
Like because I have to Uber to pay for dinner, and I live with my sister, and I just got evicted. I'm like, what? Jeez. Bro, it sounds like you need
That's a lot to know before a first date too. Someone like he's just got
He like word vomited.
Yeah, like diarrhea of the mouth.
And then I'm like, oh, so now I'm like, I should ask more questions before I accept somebody.
Yeah.
Invitation.
We need to create like a form.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they do with like business, like with leads?
Yes, I have a
awesome.
consultation form
Yeah.
for my business before I accept a new client.
It's the same shit. It needs to be like, hey, this is...
My Canva Pro membership's going to be I'm going to make a dating checklist, and then I'm going to offer that for free for y'all. Okay, that's going to be my next like PDF on my...
Free PDF with every cut.
Right?
Because these ladies are probably dealing with the same shit.
Oh, yes, all the time. And it doesn't matter the age. You could be like in college dating. You could be divorced in your 50s dating, male and female. You know, nowadays you got to ask, like, were you born a male? Were you born a female?
Good Lord.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's a lot of it. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Swingers, that's a thing too. Like, I know that's like totally off topic, but like now we're being real on this thing. But it's like, you got to figure out like what it is that you want, and is that something that you want to do or not? You know, and that's not me by any means. No, thank you. If that's you, that's your business. You do whatever you want at home, but not me, playa. So.
Not me.
So, funny story. My wife and I, at our last neighborhood we lived at, this lady was just like very like, hey, y'all need to come visit and hang out. And she was a realtor, so I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know, cool little lady. And her husband's like this big tall dude, and so we go over one night. We were supposed to have like a neighborhood party, like bring pizza.
It was just y'all.
It was just us. And I was like, the fuck? You know, so yeah. So my fat ass, I'm just like, take the whole bait. So we're in the backyard, you know, we're drinking, we got a little fire, like we're hanging out, and she was just like, so I gotta ask you something. And my wife and I look at each other, and I'm just like, oh, hell no. She was like, it's kind of weird. So immediately, so I'm retired military.
Okay.
So
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I'm sizing this dude up, and I'm just like, fuck. You know, are these motherfuckers swingers? And they're just going to be like, hey, this is kind of awkward.
What's up?
But like, you know, and I'm not strapped because I'm, you know, someone else's house. So I'm just like trying to think of anything. And then she's just like, we smoke weed.
Oh.
Bro, I'd never been so fucking happy to meet a pothead in my life. And I was just like,
I got to tell you a secret.
Yeah, she was like, I mean, is that, girl, do you? Hey, yeah, we will watch you. Whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
cool.
I thought you were going to ask me something else.
And afterwards, when my wife and I were like, she was like, I thought they were going to be swingers. I said, so me too. I was so scared. Because I'm just like, I don't play that shit. Especially when it comes to my wife. Like,
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no,
100%. Like, we'll throw hands quick.
I know,
like,
and I'm old school traditional too, and it is hard, I will say, like, in this day and age to try to find somebody similar, you know? And you're
it's
like,
hard.
what? And then, like, my hobbies, I think because I am maybe such a strong personality, you know, like, I go to the gun range, I drive a Jeep. I'm not a lesbian, by the way. So sometimes guys find me intimidating because of my other hobbies that I do, right? But like, keep up.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I've hung out with Eileen, and I'm like, you know, find you out as like being really cool, like one of the dudes and all that.
Yeah,
it's
for
fun.
sure.
But she ain't lying about the. She ain't lying about the personality.
And that might be another thing.
It.
Like, a friend of ours actually mentioned it. Like, everybody wants to hang out with her, but nobody wants to date her. Because I am just like one of the guys, you know? But I'm like, that's fine. Just have my back if shit goes down.
Yeah, for real.
I always got your back, bro. I always
more likely shit's going to go down.
More likely shit's going to go down. No, it's always a great time with Eileen. And again, I've never... I mean, shit, we went to New Orleans.
We sure did.
One time with Jerry,
my gosh.
right? And
that was so last minute too.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?" I'm all, "Nothing." Like, you want to go to New Orleans? I was like, "Sure."
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with everybody. Look, and I asked Eileen to do me a favor, and I'm going to talk about it. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Me and Jerry weren't the closest of friends at that time, and I got offered a gig to go to New Orleans, and Jesse, shout out to Jesse, he hooked me up with the gig. And he goes, hey, man, you're going to have to go to New Orleans for this gig, though. I'm like, I'm down.
Yeah.
Calls me next couple of days. I think it was actually the next day. And he's like, hey, Jerry's going to go with you. And I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do that, man. I mean, Jerry just didn't see eye to eye in a way. and he was just like, oh, come on, go. So got over it, which was great. I asked Eileen, I say, hey, Eileen, just come on, let's just.
Well, we were all hanging out that night.
We were all hanging out as well.
Yeah.
Right. And so we ended up going, and we had a blast. I mean, Jerry was. I mean, again, it was just past bullshit, but we had a great weekend. We got to see New Orleans and got to go. It was during Mardi Gras.
Yeah, we got some cool photos. We got to see one of the night parades.
Yeah,
we got some good food, and it was literally like a turnaround. Like we drove there,
hung out.
Y'all did your thing. It was like a DJ that y'all were doing
Rooney
some
G.
PR for.
Yeah. World renowned.
Yeah, remember I wore like the panda head?
Yeah, he was like asking us like, hey, you want to go on stage? And Eileen's like, yeah. I want to go on stage.
Yeah, this badass DJ was there DJing, and they were helping him out, and it was for this Mardi Gras party.
Yeah.
And they needed someone to wear the panda head, and so I was wearing the panda head like on stage.
It was cool, man. That was a cool experience.
It was a cool experience. Then we hung out all night, spent the night, and then drove back. It was like a quick turnaround, but it was definitely an experience. And so,
it was fun.
And that's what's cool, right? Like, if you need help, I got you. Like, let's go.
No, and then that's what I meant. Like, Eileen was super cool. We went out there, had a good time, and you need that you need that in your friend group sometimes. Somebody like Eileen with that ball of energy and bringing it out. Because, like I said, there's times where I go out and I'm just like, man, like, I'm kind of boring by myself. I'm kind of boring with certain people.
I'll be your hype girl.
Yeah, Eileen's our hype girl all the time, man. It's awesome. So, well, guys, make sure you follow Eileen. Go find out about all her ventures, and especially if you need to go get your hair done. How do they do it? That little.
I know. I was like, these headphones are probably messing up my hair right now, but it's fine.
You always got good hair, girl.
Thank you.
Your hair looks always better than mine. That's for damn sure. So, and I try. I'm like, dude, like, what the hell? I even tried this morning. I'm like, I got a hairstylist on and. Nope, I got to put the hat on, especially with these headphones and stuff too.
Hey, maybe you need to start coming to me to get your hair done.
You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be upset when you find out where I've been going.
Oh,
don't even tell me.
I go to Sports Clips. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Hello.
I know.
Support your local hairdresser.
I actually probably should just go to you because I'm getting tired of it. Like, but you know what's wrong with me is.
Last minute.
Yes.
You don't pre-book. No, I get it.
Yes, I'm a last minute.
I'll put you on my VIP list. You can just text me.
Is that what it is? Yes, I got the VIP treatment.
You can just text me too. It's fine. Your wife, your family, whoever.
Yeah, heck yeah. No, I think that's. I love a sports clips. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's what it is. I'm so spontaneous with my haircuts.
I get it.
I mean, I went like a month last year because I love a hat. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
My dad gets mad at me. He's like, "Son, I give you that good hair, and you're wearing a hat." So. I got to definitely...
You do have good hair, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then the more you wear the hat, the more it's going to rub, and you're going to have a receding hairline.
Yes.
So let's not do that.
Yeah, no, I need to get away from it. So, Johnny, don't be getting hats no more for me for social plug media.
Yeah, Johnny, stop wearing hats. You got good hair, too, underneath that.
He does got good hair. You know who cuts his hair?
Who?
He does.
Well, he was in the military. He was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
I'm sure... Did you cut your hair when you were in the service too?
No.
Oh,
no. I had the bald fade.
You just go back with the one or what? What do you do?
I do that now, but back then, even like in the last, I would say year and a half, I just started kind of just saying fuck it because I started going bald. But I was paying like $100 every 2 weeks to get my shit done.
Well, then come to me. Shoot, $100 later.
I got some clippers now. My 13-year-old just goes and cleans me up. I just keep it
awesome.
simple. But yeah, I used to have to do like the product and the bald fade and the hair slick with the part.
Yeah.
I had the same barber for 13 years.
Good for you. See,
then
and
we moved
that's what I'm
down
saying.
here, and that's why I'm just like,
loyal.
fuck it. I'm
You
just loyal.
everyone is very loyal to their hairdresser, to their chiropractor, to their doctor, their dentist. I feel like we're on the same level. Like barbers and hairdressers, it's like once you find somebody that you absolutely love, you don't
have
switch.
to because the minute you don't use them and then they come back, like y'all can tell right away. You're like, who fucked up your hair? You're like, what?
It's like right? Eileen was who touched your hair?
I know.
You go see?
I'm like, did you cut your own bangs? Yeah. It's like, did you go on a cruise and somebody else did your hair? Like, yeah, it's happened. It's like, did I do? I know I didn't do that, but it's fine. It's fine.
My cousin was my stylist for a good while until he moved out of town. And there was a couple of times where he was like so busy and I was busy, so I had to go get my hair cut. And he knew that I would get my haircut from somebody else when he'd be like, bro, where'd you go? I'm like, why? He goes, your edge up. I could tell by your edge up you went somewhere else. I'm like, he would freaking know. But you shouldn't have moved. You should have moved. You still have me. That's where I would get up. That's my thing is like, man, my cousin was my stylist for a good while. Before then, I'd go to a certain guy too. But yeah, I mean, I think I need to just.
And
pick
you know
it
what
up.
sucked is after, like, when I moved down here, I was trying to find places to get my haircut. It just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
You know, because I was just like, man, I would literally just go and sit down and I would text him, hey, homie, I'm going to come be here at this time. But he'd have a line and people would always get mad because I'd pop in and he'd be like, come on. You know, and I would just sit down and I wouldn't have to say nothing.
Right.
He knows how to cut it, do my beard, clean me up, everything.
Boom.
I mean, it was nice.
And that's what happens when you have an established person. But then it's like, it's hard when you don't. And then you're like, man, it's like a new do every time.
Yeah, and I'm having to like reintroduce myself to the barber every time. And
Yeah.
So what do? A million things. Just cut my shit because I'll keep talking forever.
We have that in
Yeah, that's
common.
kind of been my thing too lately. Since I've been going to sports clubs, I get a different
I
stylist.
was about to say,
I
yeah.
like
And
that.
dude, I'm sorry, but I'm like, dude, I don't even want to talk right now. Sometimes.
Yes.
Like I
It's
talk
just-
so much already with what I do, and then to
You're like,
have
just
to-
cut my
yeah,
hair.
Just cut, yeah.
Yeah, you're
And
like,
I feel
come
bad
here.
though too. Like, I mean, how boring is that for a stylist at the same time?
Oh, it'd be
right?
really boring. But I do ask my clients, you know, like, how are you feeling today? You know, there's a few people. I have one client that's like, I don't want to talk today. I'm just going to shop online with my iPad. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. I won't say a word, but I'm like, well, what are you buying?
And you start talking.
gonna talk to me.
You're like, oh, I actually got that too.
That's cute.
hilarious.
What color are you thinking? It is hard for me not to talk, but I will respect that. So I do have a few clients that come in and they're like, nah, I just, you know, in and out. Or I could tell, like, how you feeling today? Do you just want to relax? Especially
Yeah.
like these people, you know, you and I talk all day, or if you have kids, things like that. And it's like, okay, you just want a relaxing session? Like, cool, I'll cut your hair. I'll give you a nice shampoo, scalp massage, you know. I did implement, by the way, like this big trend that's going on right now are those head spas. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen those.
I have seen.
No, I haven't.
So
What
I've
do you
always
think about that? What do you think about that?
I do think that they're cool. I've always done conditioning treatments and scalp treatments. And last year or so, this big Japanese head spa treatment started becoming trending on social media. And so the shampoo bowl that I have, I bought the attachment for, and I actually ordered a customized head spa. So those of you that want to come in for a head spa treatment, I got you. I do think that they're really cool. It's like a waterfall on your head when you're getting your head shampooed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it feels really nice. I went and sampled one last year in San Antonio, someone that was providing the service. And I'm like, I do the exact same thing in my salon. It's just without the waterfall. So I was like, I'm getting one. And it's something that we learned in beauty college. It's called a scalp treatment. So it's an updated scalp treatment, and now they're calling it a head spa treatment. And it just with small little add-ons. And so I could customize it however you like. You know, those of you that want a scalp treatment, head spa treatment. It is good right now in the summertime. We are sweating more. If you ever feel like you break out on your scalp or your skin is dry on your scalp, the scalp treatment is really good for that. The head spa treatment is really good for that, to release all the impurities from your head and your hair. And then also it's good to promote growth. So if you're struggling maybe your hair is thinning, things like that, then it'll help promote growth. It stimulates growth, the scalp treatment. I could customize it for you that way and recommend shampoo and conditioner for you as well. And then there's a conditioning treatment that pairs with that to help with the actual hair. And so there's a lot of people that provide it that are not hairdressers, though. So you have to be careful when you see those people that are not hairdressers providing that service, because they're not educated on the hair, the skin, and the scalp, which I am with my cosmetology instructor's license. Some people are just doing it, but maybe they're a massage therapist, or they're maybe just somebody else, right? But they don't actually know the anatomy and physiology of like your skin, your hair, and your scalp. So I do. Just saying.
Certified by Eileen.
Certified by Eileen. There you go. I
So
can
you
train
don't-
you on that too.
There you go.
So you don't even need a specific certification to do that type of work then, do you?
Yes and no. So like you do, it used to be where you needed a cosmetology license or go to school for a shampoo license. They took that away. So I think that's where people are kind of getting away with doing it without having a license. But I do think, do your research. If you're getting any kind of service done, just like injections, facials,
Yes.
hair, like nails. Like, make sure that the person that you're going to has an actual license and is certified in that industry, because there's a lot of people that are providing services that don't actually have the certification or the licensing or the training to perform those services. That's just in general.
Yeah.
So just do your research.
I heard a friend went to Mexico to go do this whole BBL thing, and now she's
lopsided.
Yeah, she's not doing too well. Like the body didn't accept it well, and so now she's paralyzed and all this stuff too.
Oh my God, that's
it's scary, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of side
stuff.
effects.
Yeah.
No, and then no offense, but you're getting it done in another country, and then you come here. So, it's like, sorry for you. Like, that's awful. I don't recommend that either. And I've asked people that are, like Bordertown, Laredo, like, what would you recommend? If you're going to do it, go to, like, Mexico City, Monterrey. Like, go somewhere nicer with, like, top-notch doctors. Just don't go, like, Progreso or Laredo, away from Laredo. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't go to, like, a border town either.
But yeah, that stuff's crazy. Yeah,
Still do your research.
Yeah,
go to a legitimate doctor.
Yeah,
save your money. If not, don't do it. They have the nalgas that are just in underwear.
Yeah, I saw that.
What? Yes, my grandma has a pair. Actually, sorry.
Oh, shout out to grandma.
I think my mom is watching. Right? Grandma has a pair of nalgas, right?
Just put on the extra. Just slide on the nalgas.
Yeah, they have their like underwear nalgas. Yeah, I'm like, just do that.
I don't
need those.
You think
my
they mold them or what? You
blessed
think they
me
mold
with
them?
a nice, the Dunkadunk. So thank you, Mom. Shout out to her. She said I took hers when she had me. So.
Is that what it was? That's a good one, Mom. That's a good one. She took it when you had you. All right. Well, to close up, I want to ask you 2 questions. One, if there is something you can tell us about Eileen that no one knows about, like, or not no one knows about, that people may not know about you, what would that be?
Shoot, I think I already talked about the whole, like, I was going to join the military. I don't know. I feel like, I talk so much to everybody. I don't know. Like, yeah, I feel like that was a big one. We talked about, I was actually going to join the military instead of being a hairdresser for a living.
That was a good one, because I didn't know that.
Because you didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of people know that. I'm also, and then we talked about the gym thing. A lot of people don't realize I'm certified yoga instructor.
Nice.
I got that in 2020.
We learned all that from...
So that was, So I was like, those are like 2 things that my clients were like, I didn't know that you do yoga.
That's pretty cool. And then Johnny's big famous question is, who would play Eileen in a movie?
Ooh. I don't know. Do I look like anybody? No one's ever said that I look like someone. I don't know.
I think you would probably play Eileen, just like in the Hot Worx.
Yeah. I would play Eileen.
That's so
Just
cool.
give me the job.
I think that is still so cool that this thing is called Eileen and they don't have anybody named Eileen.
Right. I'm
That's
like, put me on the
crazy.
board or something.
For real.
Like,
I think you should
seriously.
automatically win. I'm just saying.
You should.
Yeah, I automatic shoe in something, right? Like, just train me. I'm very trainable, as you could tell. So just, put me on there.
I think people that coach are very coachable.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, because we understand.
We take corrective criticism well. We're very team player. Like, for sure, you're right.
I've gotten to the point in life where I really don't care what anybody says about me, and I love when people are truly honest with me. Like, one of my other coaches comes up to me, and we've had these conversations because I'm going to be working with him off of basketball as well. And he told me the other day, he goes, "Hey, bro, you look like shit. Get home and get some rest." I said, "Thanks, man. I appreciate that."
That's why you have sunglasses on? I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's always like that. It's always why I got sunglasses on.
I piss people off online all the time. And I don't give a shit. Like, it's just what I do.
Yeah.
I had, in 1 month, I had 760 people unfollow me.
Oh, wow.
And my insights in my interaction actually went up.
Oh.
And I was just like, so it was just dead weight. So
That's
I don't
pretty
mind pissing people off because they're not my audience.
Yeah.
They're just there creeping, just standing by, taking up space.
And that's why I feel like the realest you are, the more engagements you get.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Like,
no, for sure.
I do hair for a living. I'm certified in yoga. I'm competing for this Hot Worx thing. But the one video that has like the most traction on my social media is me talking about dating. It's this funny video. I'm playing with some Jenga gamer, and I'm like, I just don't want to date a guy that with 5 kids and 5 different baby daddies, or 5 different baby mamas. Sorry, not daddies. I'm not a lesbian.
Hey, you never know.
It's like I don't want to date a guy that has 5 kids with 5 different baby mamas, and that got like 100,000 views.
Damn.
And it's like a 3-second video, and I'm like, who would have known?
You probably had more men agree and love that. Or like that.
Yeah, I have to look at like that women, algorithm.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I think the other one was like the biggest joke on April Fool's is the dating world or something like that. I posted that too.
That's a good one.
But yeah, this is like the most funny random stuff.
We need to do a shoot the shit podcast with her.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, bro, it's fun. Like, I mean, with Eileen, she brings it all out, and I love it. But those are the most funnest. Conversations is hearing these dating things, and I'm done, dude. Like,
I was like, you and I can probably go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't really done any dating in probably like 2 years or a year and a half, maybe, because I'm just fucking fed up with it.
Yeah, I got done with dating like 4 years ago.
Yeah, when you found yours, right?
When you found yours, say that. Well, and it's very exhausting, like mentally. I don't understand how people date more than one person at the same time.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
Like, I have to tell you my whole story and then somebody else at the same time.
And then you get them confused.
I mean, I've done it. What did I tell you already?
I've been there. It's hard.
Yeah, that's where I would probably tell myself if I did that. Like,
100%.
I'd be like, didn't I tell you? Yes. Oh shit, that was.
Yeah, that was always me because my memory sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't have the mental capacity. I don't understand how people juggle all of that. There was one girl that said that she never paid for a meal in like 365 days because she was dating multiple guys at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
# goals. I don't want to pay for food either. But I would never. That's a lot of work. Yeah. You have to get dressed every day and go on a date and look all cute every time. And then tell somebody the same story every time. No, thank you.
Hell no. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I literally will tell, if we're out and, just talking with someone, they're like, how come you ain't down? I don't want to fuck anybody's life up right now because I will fuck your life up. Because my brain and my energy is going to everything that I need to get done. And if I bring that energy to anybody else right now, that's going to fuck their life up. So, like, the little energy that I can give to somebody right now, just appreciate that.
Right.
And I am, like, right now, I'm actually talking to this chick right now, too, but I'm just texting.
That's for the next podcast.
We're just
shout out to that chick.
It's all about just texting right now, though, but in getting to know somebody, I'd rather do that right now. Like, and just take it easy. We'll figure that out after a while, but, like...
But that's like the best time too, like the hey, good morning, because you start looking forward to it. Yeah. I don't get that shit anymore. My wife's like, get your ass up.
Get your ass up.
You're like, dang, you were nicer to me when we were just chatting.
She really was. Shout out to you, babe.
I get to enjoy these times then, right?
Yes.
That's lame. All right, Eileen, tell us where we can all find you and all your socials, all that good stuff.
So my website is hairbyeileen.com. Eileen is EILEEN. My Instagram is The Pro by Eileen. Facebook, Eileen Perez, and Hair by Eileen.
Nice. Good stuff.
And all right, soon to drop Behind the Chair.
Soon to drop Behind the Chair. There we go. We're going to do a podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, well, let's make it happen. Let's definitely make it happen. So, guys, make sure you go and vote for Eileen, obviously, in her business, the Hair by Eileen. And that is with Best in New Braunfels?
Yes, so Best in New Braunfels, I'm going up for Best Hairstylist. So it'll be under the Best Hairstylist category under Eileen Perez. So we'll post that link. And then also for the virtual instructor competition for Hot Worx, and we'll post that link as well. And so you can vote all month long for the Hot Worx instructor position voting round, and then Best in New Braunfels ends, I think it's like the next 2 weeks. So we have some time. So I appreciate your support and your vote, and come see me at the hair salon. I'm welcoming new clients, and if you need a mentor in the industry, I'm your girl.
Awesome. Eileen, thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you for having me.
And I promise I didn't mean anything by not giving you the right address, okay?
It's like, did I get punked? Nah, it's all good. I'll know for next time.
Right. Oh, no, for sure. Guys, make sure you check us out. Obviously, you're on Social Plug Media checking us out. Make sure you follow us if you want to see live podcasting. We do that at least 2 to 3 times a week as of late. We revamped our stuff. Steven here has been an awesome help to our team, and we're definitely doing our best to get everybody on. So if you're interested on being on the Rise and Win show, make sure to contact us. We can give you all the information to get you on the show. And we want to know about you. We want to hear about your story. We want to hear about your dating life.
Yes. Let me know if you want me to start a podcast.
Right. All that good stuff. So, but yeah, it's a great place for you to come and tell us your story, have a good time. But mainly, again, talk about your business and how maybe people can get to know about you. So just like we did here with Eileen today. So.
Oh, one last thing.
What you got?
So we're having a party. I host the last 3 years. I've been hosting a Best in New Braunfels voting party. So if you're interested, please come out. It's going to be at the Guadalupe Brewing Company this Saturday from 5 to 7. We're going to have bands before and bands after. We're going to have some local top 3 Best in New Braunfels competitors out there supporting each other. We're going to be doing giveaways, things like that. So come out, support, vote for your best.
Boom. Nice. That's awesome. Make sure you go check that out, guys. And yeah, man, so great shows happening here. I will be on the Kick Rocks podcast, which is on my personal page. We do live podcasts. You can see them a week early, and then they get released a week later. And again, as you're seeing this live broadcast here on Social Plug Media, you can also see us live on Mondays, and then we repost these episodes by the weekend. So you will be able to see this on YouTube, on our channel, on Social Plug Media. So go check us out on YouTube, follow us there, and all the other platforms. Steven, you got anything before we get out of here, buddy?
Yeah, just, we love helping people. We really appreciate you coming in. And we want to just bring more folks like you in here, with a great story, the energy. I love it. Like, I hadn't met you before. So we walked in and I was just like, how is this going to be?
I was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? You a hugger, right?
Yeah. I'm just like, all right. So, yeah, we love bringing that energy. We love bringing people like you. We want to definitely help support and really market the hell out of you, like your Hot Worx, what you're doing for the local. And we do that with anybody, anybody that comes in here. So I own a marketing company as well, so I can definitely help get you out there.
Awesome, thank you.
As much as I can. And we do that for everybody.
What's your marketing company?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Goat Mez Media.
Nice. The goat.
I like that, right? The goat.
And then Hot Worx is going up for top 3 too. So if you've never been to Hot Worx, definitely come join us. And they'll be at the party this Saturday as well. And they're voted best in New Braunfels for the fitness center. So check us out.
Awesome.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you for watching today. And again, make sure you watch next Monday. We'll have on another maybe business owner, maybe, I don't know. So we'll see. It may be different. So
it could be you.
It could be you. That's right. So come on out and get on the show. So we'll see y'all later, guys. Y'all have a great Monday and the rest of the week. We'll see y'all soon.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.